Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to the first episode of the Adventures of Summer 2013. I'm Shark Productions, and joining me today is a very special guest. You guys may know him.
Patrick.
Yep. And today, as you can tell by the title of the episode, we're going to be talking about the Halo 5 teaser trailer that was shown at E3. And I mean, first of all, I'm not even sure if we should even call this the Halo 5 teaser trailer since, well, I guess we will in a sense because it does show the chief, which I will get to at once we get to the topic of the video. So, first of all, Patrick, what did you think about the teaser trailer that E3 that was shown at E3?
Well, there's not much really for me to say about it.
Mm. So, in other words, I'm trying to think of a way how to put this, but when I saw the teaser trailer, like when it which started out with with like the hooded figure, he's walking down the path, and then when he's by the time he reaches to the certain point, I mean, in a sense, it kind of reminds me of the Halo 3 trailer because remember how he was walking, and then when he came across a certain point, and then do you remember when the arc opened up and then it flashed to white?
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that because he stops at a certain point, and then this Forerunner artifact just comes up out of nowhere, and then he starts looking up, and he's like, oh, so this is it, huh? And not only that, but I will say that I did expect the hooded figure to be him because, okay, number one, when his hand was revealed and he was holding that memory chip with the tag that was wrapped around it, I kind of had a feeling. I was like, okay, that's got to be him. Now, the question is, not watching. It's not the question is, but the Forerunner artifact. Guys, you can give me your thoughts about this, but the bird, I'm calling it the Forerunner Phoenix because that's what it looks like. It looks like a phoenix, so that's gonna be what I'm gonna be telling the Forerunner creature. Patrick, what about you? Are you gonna would you call it a phoenix or would you call it a Forerunner bird?
Uh, at her point, I really don't know what to think
Hmm.
about it.
All right. Now, you know, and from that point on, once the Forerunner Phoenix and then Master Chief, once they glare at one another, because I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing. Yeah, because I mean, we can't see Master Chief's face as he has the helmet on, but but all of us know that he was glaring at him. The trailer ends with just the title Halo, and then it's saying that it's going to be releasing in 2014, minus the Xbox One crap. Which, by the way, I'm going to make a small discussion about that right now. Um, I know, like most people, I'm not really looking forward to the Xbox One mainly because, okay, number one, Microsoft, the games. Okay, because I'm looking back at the 360, and what you did with that was good because you allowed us to play, the original Xbox games and the 360 games. My issue with the Xbox One, now this is my number one complaint, you can't play pre-console games like the 360 games or the original Xbox games. Wait, what? Microsoft, what are you doing? I mean, I mean,
It tips me off too.
yeah, and okay, guys, it's not only just that, but it's also the fact that they said, oh, but you can get them digitally on I'm pretty sure they're gonna be on the marketplace, but on the marketplace for $60. And I'm like, wait,
Really?
pre-console games? So I have to buy the 360 games and the original games, well, the original Xbox games for $60?
Really?
And no. And the other thing is that they said so we can't use the discs to play pre-console games, but we can play them digitally for $60. Come on, Microsoft. Come on.
That makes no sense.
I know. I mean, you know, I'm hoping because this isn't just my complaint. Because I've heard like a lot of people complaining about this, and I mean like a lot of people. I mean, I've heard it from Angry Joe. I've heard it from Jeremy Johns. I've heard it from like, I mean, even Neo GameSpark. Like, they've all been complaining about like, the whole factor of like no pre-console games. Like we can't play that. Like, the discs, but we had to buy them. Like, what's up with that now? Getting back to the subject at hand with Halo 5. Now, why is this an issue with me? Number one, if I want to go back and play Halo 4, like any of the past Halo games, I'm gonna have to play them on the 360. And the problem is that if I want to play Halo 4, well, any of the past Halo games on the Xbox One, I'm gonna have to buy them digitally. But the good thing about the Xbox 360 is that I could just play all of them, like even Halo 2, because I think Halo 2 is the only other Halo game aside from one that's on the original Xbox, but I could still play that on the 360. So, I mean, and don't correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick, but wasn't Halo the game that pushed the Xbox to where it's at today?
I think so.
Yeah, because I'm just like, so wait, hold on. So why are you taking away Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo 4 from, the Xbox One, like as far as like, using the discs go, but we can still play them digitally for $60. And I'm not just talking about $60 altogether. I'm talking about like $60 individually.
I mean, what the heck, what the hell, Microsoft?
Yeah, I mean,
what the hell? I'm not paying $60 just to play a game.
Yeah, I mean,
from the old Xbox.
Yeah, like okay, like if you were saying like yeah, $60 for a new game, yeah, that's reasonable. But
if it was for a new game, yeah, but for an old game,
I know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, like okay, number one, Microsoft. I will give you some props though with the Blu-ray feature. Like I know a lot of people were complaining about that, and I'm just like, okay, at least that's something I can at least get out of with the Xbox One. But does that mean I'm still gonna buy it? No, of course not. I mean, if I can't play any of the old games, at least by using the discs, then what's the point? I mean, I'm pretty sure Patrick has more stuff to say about it too than I do, but But going back to the subject of matter with Halo 5 now, as far as the story goes, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for the people who haven't beaten the game, but if you guys know, Master Chief's face kind of does get revealed somewhat at the end of the game, so... Yeah, so I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say how the face gets shown, but it's like, yeah, it gets shown. Not so much of it, but still. Now, I am gonna say that I'm guessing he puts the armor back on. Shit. You know what? Fine. I spoiled it for you guys if you haven't beaten the game yet, but, What? Shut up. But
sorry about that, people. Hey, guy really likes to spoil stuff for old people.
Shut up, okay? I mean, it has been.
I will not shut up.
But in all honesty, guys, with Halo 5, there's not much. I'm guessing the Covenant's gonna be involved, and I'm hoping. This is one thing I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that the Arbiter shows up somewhat in the game, because, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can say this too, but I think Halo 2, like, the main factor of that was the Arbiter, because,
Yeah. Well, we'll have to understand that one of the main factors of that game was that we experienced both stories.
Yeah, and not only that, but
in some levels we played at the Master Chief, and some levels we played at the Opto. And to be honest, I like the Opto better than the Master Chief.
Yeah, I mean, some of us have our little sides now.
I mean, I like the Master Chief, but the Opto, I just like him better.
Yeah. See, now let me jump back to when I finished beating Halo 1. Now, see, when I beat Halo 1, I thought, because Halo 1, when I got to the ending, I was like, okay, this is a really, really good game. Now, it wasn't an issue, but I thought to myself, how are they gonna surpass the first game? Because I know Halo 2 was getting announced, so I was like, how are you gonna surpass Halo 1? And then Halo 1 came out, you played a couple levels with the Master Chief, and then when you get to, I believe it's the the third or fourth level, and then you play as the Arbiter. I did not expect that coming into Halo 2. I was like, wait.
No, I, to be honest, I did not expect that either.
Yeah, like I was like, who the hell is this random elite? And then I played with him, and I was like, oh shit, this dude's badass. And not only that, but like I felt like his storyline was a lot darker than Master Chief's. That's how I felt.
It was more dark to go.
Yeah. And then and I the funny thing is that Halo 2 started out with the Arbiter, and it kind of ends off with the Arbiter too. That's the other thing. And yes, I know people say, "Oh, but it actually ends off with a Master Chief because of the whole finish the fight." But I'm not talking about cutscene wise, guys. I'm talking about like gameplay wise. Like you finish off the game playing as the Arbiter. Like you don't finish off the game playing as Master Chief. You finish him off as the Arbiter. And I mean with Halo 3, like yeah, you still play with the Arbiter, but it's more of like a co-op type feel. Like you don't play as him during the campaign, like if you're playing single player. Which was actually one of the factors that I was kind of disappointed with when it came to Halo 3, because I was actually looking forward to playing at least maybe one or two missions as the Arbiter. That would have been cool, but still. Like, what about you, Patrick?
Yeah, it would be.
Now, with Halo 4, on the other hand, I will say I enjoyed Halo 4 for what it was. I mean, and the one thing I liked about that game, which I haven't mentioned up yet, the one thing I liked about Halo 4 was how they gave the Master Chief like emotion to his character. That's what I like,
Yeah.
cause in the first three games,
And
like
Halo 1 for 3, they turned Master Chief basically into a mindless robotic drone.
yeah, like yeah,
And
the Master Chief talked here and there, but like you don't really get to the core of his character until the fourth game.
but in Halo 4, he is more than a stupid robotic drone.
Yeah, I mean, because I'll be honest, like I didn't, because like I cared about the Master Chief in the first three games, but I didn't care about him to the point where I felt bad for him. Like I felt bad for him for all the things he went through in the fourth game. Like I was like, damn. Like 343 Industry, like see, and that's the other thing. Halo 4 was made by 343. It wasn't Bungie. So I was just like, wow. Like they took that big of a step from the third game and incorporated something into Master Chief that we didn't see in the other three games. I mean, I don't know about you, Patrick, but I was pretty surprised by what they did with the fourth game.
Mm-hmm. So was I.
Now, as far as the ending goes, Patrick, I gotta remember, like, if I remember correctly, you beat the game, right?
Of this Halo game.
4.
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. I'm not gonna reveal what happens at the end, just because, you haven't seen, just because you...
Oh, I don't care. One way or other, I will find out, so...
I'll think of something about that, but all in all, guys, with the Halo 5 teaser trailer, I mean, I know I didn't discuss about that much, but again, the Halo 5 teaser trailer kind of does revolve back to the other Halo games, so again, I'm glad we're gonna get the Master Chief. I'm glad we're gonna play with him again. I was surprised though that he was wearing like a cloak. That was one thing I was like, wait, why is he wearing
I
it?
actually was too.
Like, see, because at first I was like, wait, who's this guy walking around in a cloak? And then I'm just like, wait, he's already wearing an armor, so why is he having a cloak on? I mean, I guess it has some.
Unless he added a cloak to his armor.
Maybe. I mean, And,
Riff was totally badass.
yeah, I mean, see, I'm wondering if it had to do something with him, like from where his character went after the end of the fourth game. I'm wondering if it had to do something like that. But which guys, I don't mean to bring this up, but was it just me or was I? Because for some reason I got reminded of Megatron from the third movie when he was wearing the cloak, and when I saw Master Chief, I was like, oh
Really?
no, think about it. Like that's what I just thought of. I'm like, wait, duh.
Big Tom.
But all in all, like if Master Chief's gonna be wearing a cloak in the fourth game, like that'll be interesting to play as. What about you, Patrick?
Well, maybe he added a cloak to his armor.
Maybe.
Riff was totally badass if he did.
Yeah. So all in all, guys, with Halo 5, remember we don't know too much about the story. All we know is that it does take place after Halo 4, and the Forerunner Phoenix, which I'm still curious about. I'm still curious to know about that. And other than that, guys, that pretty much wraps up the Adventures of Summer 2013, Episode 1. Patrick, do you have any final thoughts on the trailer for Halo 5 and anything else you want to talk about in regarding to Halo before we sign off?
No?
Alright, guys, and that's pretty much it. I'm Shark Productions,
And I'm Patrick.
and we'll be signing off. Have a nice day, guys.